My name is Zach with Android Digest, and I am pumped to bring you this video today on the Motorola One Action. Now, if you're like me, maybe you didn't even hear about this phone until a few days ago. Maybe you haven't heard about it at all. So this phone actually released today on October 31st on Halloween Day. That's right, it released on Amazon, it released at Best Buy, and I found it for $350, which is the retail price. Now, Amazon has had a special deal. I have no idea how long it'll run, but on October 31st today, I do see it for $299. And Best Buy is currently giving away a $50 gift card with the purchase. Now, this is just a new release thing, so this might literally end tonight or end by the time you see this video. Now, don't fret, okay? For $350, I'm going to get into the details. I want you to know if this phone is worth purchasing or not. Now, this isn't a full review, but I do have some really good first impressions on the device. I've really enjoyed using it today in my first few hours. So I wanted to give you a sneak peek at what this phone is like, what using it is like, and what's in the box, and really just give you some stuff to really consider as you're looking to possibly purchase this phone. So here we have the box. It is a wonderful purple color, okay? And I think that's pretty cool. We don't see a lot of purple boxes. We see black or white. It's normally pretty plain Jane. So pretty cool to see a colorful box. You open it up. Ew, who reads anymore, okay? Why do we still have manuals? Like, just the fact that I had to waste this 5 seconds opening a manual, okay? Please, they need to get rid of these, okay? We have the internet now, okay? But you know what? I won't hate. Some of you maybe want a manual. But we have a manual, and we also have this right here, which is a SIM card popper outer thingamajigger, whatever you want to call it. You could pop out your SIM card with that. Now here as well, inside the box, we have the charging base. We have the USB-C cord. You might not see a dongle in there. You might be wondering, well, where's the dongle? Okay, I need my dongle. Well, I know you want your headphone dongle. You want to be able to listen with, your headphones as you're listening to music, and it just soothes your soul. Well, guess what? I have great news for you. This phone has a headphone jack, okay? That's right, it's not on the bottom, it's right on top, so you could plug in your headphones, you could just peruse to your smooth jazz, whatever you want to do, okay? You have a headphone jack, so hallelujah, right? I am excited about that. I know you might be as well, and for a device with a headphone jack, it's pretty thin. And guess what else you see in the box? When you pull this phone out of the box, yes, I know I unboxed it before the unboxing, okay? It happens. When you pull out this little slow box as you open it, you're going to see the phone in there, and the phone has a case on it. That's right. There is a case on the phone. So, unbelievable, right? For a cheap phone like this to come with a case inside the box, that is pretty cool. In fact, I purchased a case and I was worried about it getting here on time. It did. And now I'm like, I really like this case. It is thin. It's a light case. It's a clear case, but it feels really good on the phone. So I really enjoy this case. I might actually just keep it and use this as my regular case. So pretty excited that they included that in the box. Now, let's take a quick look at the phone, okay? So we see here on the bottom, we see a USB-C port. We see a speaker. I'd say it's about medium volume. It's not great. It's not terrible. On the top, we see a headphone jack. Okay, hip, hip, hooray there. And on the device itself on the screen, you'll notice there's not a huge notch in the middle. That's pretty cool. You see instead there's this little hole punch in the corner, okay? So get your R2-D2 wallpapers ready for that. And you'll see there's very small bezels on the top and the bottom, which is pretty darn cool. Now the right side of the device, we see a power button. We see up and down on the volume as well on that. And yeah, on the back of the device, you see this new camera setup. This is the Motorola One Action, and the name Action is really talking about the camera, and there are some pretty cool camera features. Now, I probably won't get into those today. That should be in my full review, but just note that there's some pretty cool things that this camera can do with this 117-degree action cam. So that's pretty cool. And right here is the fingerprint scanner. That is right. It has a normal fingerprint sensor. It's not in the screen, okay? And I was sick and tired of that. I could get on a huge rant about it. But this phone, just quick impressions, this phone is exactly what the Moto Z4 should have been. Because the Moto Z4 and the Moto Z3, I believe they were held back by the fact that they had to have those pins for the Moto mods. And because of that, Moto mods have to fit. So they couldn't change the shape of the device. They couldn't do a lot of different things with the device. So that's annoying in itself. So the shape of the phone was different in the Moto Z4. And then you also had that in-screen fingerprint scanner. It's a cool new tech. Everyone wants to be hip and cool. I just want my phone to work, okay? I just want to be able to unlock it, okay? Now the Moto Z4, it might take 2 or 3 seconds sometimes. I just want to unlock it and go. So I was really excited to see this phone had a normal fingerprint sensor, and it has a really cool design that the Moto Z4, the Moto Z3, they really couldn't have. It's actually a taller phone, so you'll notice that right away. It's almost tall. It reminds me of a much bigger iPhone 5S. It's really tall. It's not quite as wide as you would think, but it's definitely a nice tall screen. And honestly, the specs are pretty nice. It is a 6.3-inch screen. It's 2520 by 1080 on the resolution for that. So it's a good screen. And honestly, whenever I'm watching a video, the only thing you'll notice is video providers like Hulu, Netflix, they won't all have optimized apps to be able to work with that screen. I believe Netflix does, but you might see little black bars if you're watching ESPN or something like that on the side. So that might be a big deal to you. For me, I'm just happy to see a different design, to see a tall phone and things. That's pretty great. Let's talk about performance on this device. Now, it has 4 gigabytes of RAM, and the processor is an Exynos 9609. So we have a Samsung processor in this device. And if I was going to compare it, I would say it's faster than the Moto Z3, the Moto Z3 Play, and it's a little slower than the Moto Z4, but by a hair. Like, it's very close to the Moto Z4 in performance. It's very close to the Google Pixel 3a in performance. So this phone, the Motorola One Action, it really competes well with those phones around $350, $400 as far as performance. And it's got a really good value in it because for me, I haven't noticed it lag much. It's been smooth. I've been able to multitask and go back and forth. Things have loaded very fast for me. So it's had really no issues that I'm aware of. It's been pretty quick, at least in my few hours using it. And I've been able to do a lot with it since I've had it. So I definitely like that. It also has, outside of performance, when we go to the battery, it has a 3500 milliamp battery. So no, it's not a 4,000 or 5,000. It is 3,500, which is a little bit above average. So the battery life will be above average. It should get most people through the day, which is also good news there. So I definitely have enjoyed this device so far. I think it's performed well. The display is cool. I think it's really cool reading on a screen like this. I think it's really cool using a screen that is tall. So I love the creativity with the design. I love how the phone is performed. I love that there's a normal fingerprint scanner. I think it's a really good value for the money. And one other thing I'm impressed with is the software. So if you buy the Amazon Alexa version from Amazon, there will be some Amazon bloatware on the phone. But if you buy just the regular unlocked version through Best Buy, it is just straight Google, baby, okay? Straight Google. And I love me some Google. So it is just the straight normal Google launcher, no bells and whistles. It doesn't have a bunch of skins over everything. It is just Google, and doesn't have a bunch of slot machine games and all these things that are pre-installed. And this has 128 gigabytes of storage. Holy bajoli, man. Like, holy wow. Okay, I think it's unbelievable. So I am definitely excited about that. So is this phone worth $350? So far, my impressions is yes, yes, yes. Now, it is a close race between the Google Pixel 3a and this, but you know what? Yes, the Pixel 3a has a better camera. I could tell you that off the bat, no matter what features this has, the Pixel 3a is going to have a better camera. But this is going to have really good software support, because even if, I don't know if this Motorola One Action from Best Buy, I don't know if it's an Android One version, but the Motorola One Action is an Android One phone. And I do know that if it is an Android One phone, even this version, whether it is or not an Android One phone, it should get 2 big operating system updates. So it should get good software support. It has wonderful software on it. So Google doesn't have a ton up on this phone as far as software. Yes, Google phones like the Pixel get a little faster updates, but it's not a huge deal for me. So this phone is going to have good software support. This phone with the Motorola One Action also is going to perform very similarly to the Pixel and all that, but it's just a cool design. I really like it. I like the design. I think it works well. I like a tall phone. I like how it has smaller bezels in the Pixel. It's a larger screen than the Pixel. So yes, the Pixel has a little bit of a better camera, but with everything else, I think it's neck and neck, and I think the design is actually a little bit better on the Motorola, and that is just personal preference. So if you get this for $350 and the Pixel 3a is $400, then you might have yourself a race. And if you find it for $299, like, again, I've seen it on sale for that, well, that is a great deal. And again, that is my initial impressions, okay? I've had this phone for today, okay? And I could go home and this thing could, reboot itself 20 times. So keep in mind, I do have a full review coming on this phone. With that being said, if you have a Motorola One Action or you have any questions, feel free to leave any comments in the comments section. And guess what? I am going to do a full review, and maybe I'll mention some of those in that. Also, please like and subscribe to our page, okay? Yes, we are going to get you the full review for the Motorola One Action, but we would absolutely love if you would like and subscribe to our page so you would know when it's coming, and it would really help us out. We've got almost 500 subs, so help us get to 500 subs, and then help us go for the monumental 1,000. We're climbing, okay? We are no Mr. Beast. We don't have 25 million subs, but I would just like 1,000. Can we do that? That would be amazing. So thank you so much for the support, and I'm looking forward to bringing you a full review soon. In the meantime, if you're bored, you could check out my Moto Z4, my Moto Z3 Play reviews, or, just chill out. Until next time, we'll see you later.